Don't look under the internet.
Jason, guess what?
Is it now?
It's now
No.
or never.
Okay. We're recording, Jason. Hello, everyone.
Hey, look at that.
Hey.
You did it.
Welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet, your uncle's favorite podcast about internet horror and Doug's feet. That's
Hate that.
that's Jason.
Hello.
Jason, why do you sound like you're speaking through a kazoo?
Well, I live in a kazoo now, so thanks for ruining the surprise.
Yeah, well,
Jason Kazooie.
Jason Kazooie.
Yeah.
Keep a lookout for the A-list title dropping next year. No, I'm sick as hell, and I'm sure you can hear it, but I did not want to infect you two with whatever death is living inside of me right now.
Look at you, good looking out. We always appreciate that. That's Doug.
Bonjour.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
And I'm Mark Brandanowitz from Parks and Recreation. I don't know why that
Really
was
terrible character.
I know, that was
Actually,
the first thing that came to mind.
The guy that plays Mark Brandanowitz, he is in
A movie that's coming out.
No, well, probably, yeah. But he's in the show that I was watching on Shudder called Channel Zero.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
More like Brandana
That was
Quits.
It was
the fucking
the Pirate Cove
No End House.
one. No, this
Oh,
one was
nice.
different. Yeah. It was the weird puppet one. But either way, super off topic.
Yeah. I have a few things that I want to announce on the Diluti Housekeeping.
Clap above your head.
We have a patron that I want to give a shout out to.
You want to shoot the new
No,
patron?
we're not going to get into a shootout. That's a horrible idea because they will get me. But Wendy Middleton, welcome to the cult that you stumbled upon and are stuck in now.
I'm so sorry.
You've heard of pyramid schemes. Well,
Yeah.
This is an orb scheme, apparently, according to the Discord chat. They love them some orb.
I guess now
Yeah.
canon that if you're in here, this is Diluti Stan.
Yeah,
or something.
Welcome to the country of Dilutistan, where our national flag is Jason and Doug's wangs tied together in a knot.
Oh boy.
Also cube.
Damn it, Mike. Why do you have to force photo shoots on us?
Well, because one of us has to be the idea man here, and it's obviously me.
True.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Wendy and all of you patrons, obviously. Go to patreon.com/dilutipod, and you too could get shouted out and possibly shooted out like an old Texas style, like cowboy western.
Mike, real quick. Do you like Wendy's?
Wendy's is decent.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Okay.
Wendy's nuts hit you in the face.
Dang.
Yeah, I had to.
Dang. You sure showed me.
You got nuts on your face, Mike.
That's where they belong, apparently. But patreon.com/dilutipod. If you go under Linktree at linktree.com/dilutipod, you can also find the link to the Patreon in there and all of our other things. Boys, I will give $1 because we have Zelle. I can do that. I can give $1 to either one of you that can pronounce the topic properly, because I don't know how to pronounce what our topic is.
I think I can do it.
Okay, $1 is on.
I got you if you can.
Guarapiranga.
Is that right?
Is that the word you're looking
Yay!
Okay, now say the entire thing.
for? Guarapiranga Mutilations.
Oh, flip.
Wow. The second word was really tough.
Yeah.
Actually.
Also, there's only really the one that we're talking about, so it's more or less the what is it?
Well, there's like a proper name for it actually.
It's like the Brazil Reservoir.
Yeah, the
It's the Guarapiranga Reservoir
mutilation.
near Sao Paulo, Brazil.
There it is.
This is an interesting one for sure.
Who's starting us off here?
That would be me. So the Guarapiranga mutilation is definitely a weird, more of a short kind of lived thing that happened.
And it's real, or is it?
It's like a fucking collection of facts more than anything. Like, there's not a whole lot of story to this one.
It's less story and more
Mystery.
like, it's like what's the word I'm fucking looking for? Basically, it's helping reinforce a certain idea that we will cover later in the episode.
It adds truth or credence. It adds credence to a well-known theory.
Correct. So where do we start here? 1988. This is when the story takes place, basically. So on September 29th of 1988, a body was found on the banks of Billings Reservoir in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It was reportedly the most disturbing death ever recorded. I don't really know how you rate that. I'm sure there's probably way worse stuff.
Scale 1 to 10.
I was just thinking about that. Like, what do you mean worst rated?
This is Eper and Roper giving it 2 thumbs up.
This one's 9.8 skulls out of 10. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get how that works. But so basically, the police that were on the scene had zero clues as to how the body got there, or what even happened exactly. All they could tell is that the mutilated body was done with some sort of surgical equipment and like precision that a human could not do on their own. It was way more advanced than anything we could have possibly done like ourselves.
Yeah, the weirdest thing to me is right in the beginning, it talks about how like a little boy stumbled upon the body and then like told a village, and then like the next day the police shut everything down, and then overnight disappeared.
Yeah, pretty much there was like zero talk about this at all in the news. Just none. It just went away.
Disappeared. The cops, they hid it because cops suck.
Yeah.
Don't make me go on that rant.
Yeah.
So you know what? Why don't we move on, Jason? What happened? What happened 6 years later?
Yeah, so 1994 is actually where we're going next with this
Good year.
fucked up little story.
Really good year.
Great year.
All Dogs Go to Heaven came out that year.
I was 3.
The Tootsie Roll was invented.
The
There's
Tootsie
a
Roll
whole
was
bunch.
invented. Look at that.
See, right now you're getting it. So 1994. This is 6 years after the discovery of this horribly, horribly fucked up body. And the reason why we're talking about 1994 is because this is actually when this information was leaked by the press, or to the press, from various police investigations, photo sessions, etc. And the next couple of weeks, they started to publish more and more information about this horribly, horribly fucked up body. Somebody apparently working in government must have found whatever they were looking at to be just way too fucked up. They decided to break the silence and say, hey, everybody, come look at this fucked up shit we're doing. The details regarding the state in which the body was found were actually so disturbing that the authorities were questioning what or who could have actually done this to another person, and if it's even possible for these kinds of injuries to harm another person. There was a whole big attempt at like a cover up to keep it kind of quiet. But honestly, the majority of the people involved in this didn't really know like what to fucking think about it. So it's kind of hard to anticipate like what people are going to be theorizing about. But the goal was basically just to keep everybody at peace, not having to take a look at this horrible, horrible body. Personal details of the victim were not released to the press with respect to the victim's family. It was clear that he was a victim of horrible mutilation. The fucking instruments used, like, I'm not going to go into this a whole lot. And honestly, this is about all I'm going to talk about on this one.
Yeah, I feel like it's
there was a small cover up about it.
I feel like more than just a butter knife was used on this. Someone was using some high tech shit.
Yeah, and so just to be fair, I stared at the autopsy photos
Yeah, I don't like those.
that you can find online.
Yeah, they're
Well, I
gross.
literally was doing it out of curiosity. Like, I was just like, what were you using?
You
Because I
pervert.
see, I see hundreds of surgical instruments every day. I don't know what could have done that. Like the suction holes, they're massive and they're burnt horribly around the edges. So I don't know what they could do, but that's really all I have about the 1994 reveal. Now you have to remember, at this time, nobody knew what the fuck they were looking at, so nobody thought to make a huge deal over this. You'll see why it was a huge deal after Mike talks about exactly how fucked up this autopsy report was.
I mean, yeah, you're not gonna like this. I'm gonna go ahead and just give out a general trigger warning. If you're not into like the gory, gutsy Jimmy Jams, you're not gonna like this. I know that one right now.
No.
So a couple of the
You don't like
things,
bloody anuses.
and you do get pictures of that,
And there's also a really, really charred peen.
shriveled almost.
Shrivelly charred chocolate peen.
Is that like Reese's next fucking?
That's their next banger, yeah.
Try our chocolate peen. Yeah, I guess some of the things that the autopsy report came up with. I'm gonna just list off a couple of the examples here. A cut at the base of the ear and signs of removing the brain. The left ear was almost completely chopped off. Both eyes have been plucked off with the blood, vessels and everything missing from the cavity. The skin on the right and the left sides of the face is like burnt and ripped off. There's a whole lot of like these two like cookie cutter wounds on the chest that kind of look like someone shoved tubes into this guy.
Yeah, they're like almost like perfect circles.
Yeah. Muscles from the right arm were dislodged, like ripped out. It's basically like cut out. The chest muscles, same way. Organs missing. There's no organs. Like you can see, like the stomach was actually caving in because there's no organs in there. It's just skin at this fucking point.
Yep.
The belly button, not there anymore. Cut right off.
Who needs a belly button though?
Who really does need one? Eyelids were removed. The lips were removed. The jawbone itself was removed. Like someone either had a
Yeah, that was the
vendetta.
weird
And
part.
it was only like one side too.
One side of it was removed.
Yep.
There was a oval incision on the penis. Yeah, so that's fun.
Fucking kinky
Yeah,
ass.
he's looking at that right now.
Yep.
What do you think a human penis sells for?
Human horn? Probably a decent amount.
The lower horn.
Yeah, the lower horn. You could probably get a good a good girthy penis for like $2,000. I would say probably sells for
2,000? That's
Oh,
not
that's my
bad.
contact.
Yeah.
You just don't you think it would just adorn the shelf really well if we
Yeah,
just had
yeah,
a penis in a
penis,
jar, like
yeah.
a penis specimen going on?
I don't like the wet specimens like you do. I'm gonna stay away from those. So not only
Well,
was
we can
this,
give a penis to our producer. He deserves it.
oh yeah, he would love it. He would eat it up. Not only was there a hole in the dude's penis, but his scrotum was missing. There was more like muscle tissue around like the legs missing. His anus itself was gone. There wasn't just a hole there.
Gone.
His shit's gone, dude.
Literally, no pun intended.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
There were piercing wounds between the second and third toes on each foot.
Feet foot.
And that kind of sums up all that like nasty shit. Oh, and his tongue was fucking missing too.
Did you mention there was just zero blood at all?
No blood, not a fucking drop.
Not a drop of blood, like
and if
none
you-
on the skin either. Like just
If you look at these pictures too, it looks like he was like burnt as well, like a lot. Like where these like incisions, like these weird like oval tube holes are. It looks like there's like burns in those areas.
I apologize to our Discord users for the things I'm about to send you.
It's pretty damn grotesque. I mean, obviously, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, if you go to conspiracytheories.in, you can find a bit on this, but that's all there is. Like, it's a mystery. No,
It's mystery.
it's a mystery. Like, no one knows exactly what's going on with this thing, but there are some connections that can be made with other mysteries.
Yeah, Jason, what is that?
Well, so the connections between other, it's really only one connection between other mysteries. And that would be the cattle mutilations. But before we get to that, going off of just some of the shit that Mike was talking about, the autopsy, there's a couple of different, how could have something like this have happened? Why is the jaw gone? Why are these holes in the body?
Why is it
What could have
burnt?
done this? Like, nobody really knew. Huh?
Why is it burnt up?
Yeah, why the fuck is it burned? Literally, I'm looking at the pictures right now, and I'm at a loss as to why the fuck anybody would do this.
And what's
A lot of people think that it was natural.
Fuck
Huh?
no, this ain't natural.
Thank you, Mike.
I'm doing my part for you, Jason.
I appreciate it. But no, so there's the natural theory. Basically, what people think might have happened in this is that he was suffering. So this is a lot of logical leaps, and this is why I don't think this is the answer. Basically, what they think is he was suffering from epilepsy and alcoholism, and he must have mixed alcohol with his medication, which resulted in a strong reaction, and he swam towards another bank, collapsing and dying due to cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Okay. I have so many questions still. Like,
Yeah,
where did his anus go?
that doesn't explain things like his butt missing and weird tube shapes in him.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've drank a bunch and just was like, where did my asshole go? And then I have to find
I
it the
left
next
my
day.
asshole at the party. God damn it. Yeah. It's none of that fucking adds up to me. Another one is obvious murder. People believe that a murderer was trying to stake out a new MO or something like that. Or that he was just really fucked up and was just curious and wanted to do something like this, or maybe somebody practicing a new surgical skill that they were fucking trying to come up with, like some mad doctor. The last one, which is my favorite, is supernatural. All of what
Was Sam and Dean? They did this.
Yes, yeah, the TV show. All the injuries on the victim's body lead us to something supernatural. However, I think the biggest question is, was it aliens that did that? You know what I mean?
Some goddamn ariums.
Yeah,
Some aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely do think it's yeah, why do we think it's aliens?
Well,
But it was.
I asked Doug as a segue, why do we think it's aliens?
Oh, gotcha. I didn't hear you. Go ahead. I will stop interrupting the podcast.
so the biggest thing is what we have and have seen before, and that's cattle mutilations. And it actually doesn't really stop at just cattle. People have found, deer, rabbits, dogs, cats, like you name it, all kind of cut and mutilated the same exact way.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been going on well into the 1900s, probably even longer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, before people could really put the news out there that they found these fucking cattle, like, on the side of the road, like, all fucked up. But this exact mutilation, the way this man's body was found, is identical to the way that thousands of cattle deaths are reported every year.
To a fucking T.
Like, literally.
Identical.
Like tube marks, eyes out, jaw, like half the jaw missing. Like
Everything.
Everything is the exact same. Butt missing.
Cattle butt going for a lot. And yeah, it's literally like they're abandoned in fields. They have the same organ and tissue removal signs. It's just all precise cuts, no blood. It's just, it doesn't matter. I don't want to meet these aliens is what I'm trying to get at here.
No.
If they are doing these precise cuts with no blood and they don't care if you're, a cattle or a human, like shit. But these mutilations heavily corroborate the idea that this is in some way tied to aliens or maybe even cryptids. Like it could be a cryptid.
Yeah, it could be some weird lizard tube.
Well,
going around
the
sucking
chupacabra
people.
is very notorious for sucking blood.
You're right, and I think it like sucks organs out too and shit.
Yeah, because I've never seen one, so I don't know if it has like some fucking lamprey ass fucking tongue going on to make circular incisions.
Wait, lamprey?
Yeah, lamprey or whatever they're called.
What is that?
Little tube fish with the teeth.
Yeah, they swim up your pee hole.
Oh, that's what that thing is?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not a lamprey. Please, God, don't tell people that.
Everyone, Google fish that swims up pee hole, and
It's different from a lamprey. Those
That
things.
is a thing, but it's not a lamprey.
What was that?
I said that is a thing. It's just not a lamprey.
Yeah.
I gotta look up what a lamprey is.
Imagine like the fucking thing
How's
that
it
comes
spelled?
out of you,
Lamp.
you're like a chest burster in Alien, but with like a very circular mouth. Like think of the fucking leviathans
I've seen those at the zoo.
at the zoo.
Yeah,
What zoo were you at?
Why did you go look at the lampreys at the zoo?
the one in Chicago. They're always sucked to the fucking window. Ew, and you can see.
I'm sure you mean Rulio, but yes.
Ew, I hate them. Okay, that's good to know. Fuck that thing. It's like it's a toothy fleshlight.
Ah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's exactly what it is.
if that's the way we want to go, yeah.
The forbidden fleshlight.
Forbidden fleshlight, 100%.
It's Orthon's fleshlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Christ! God damn it! All right.
Is that
Well,
his next project? After he fills his teeth collection, he's going to make a toothy fleshlight.
I hope so.
he probably already has
specifically.
one.
I'll be all aboard. Hey, listeners out there, someone draw the blueprints of what a toothy fleshlight would look like and send me that picture, okay? That'd be amazing. We have a more permanent address now for anyone that wants to send us shit, I guess. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about
So
that.
send us some stuff, people, because we'll open it and we'll record it and we'll put it on all of our socials and whatnot. So
And then we'll burn it
no,
as an effigy.
no, we keep it all on the shelf because we still have the 2 pictures and the teeth that we got sent to us. Yeah,
If you want us to
We gotta
burn it, let us
fucking
know.
Get our audience together.
yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So
Well, Mike,
let me tell you something.
is AM aliens?
Let me tell you something. Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. Am is alien. Fucking no duh. And here's why. Like we mentioned with the mutilations, the animal mutilations, mostly it's cow, but there are other animals. Like you can find like cougars and shit that get fucked up, but it's mostly cow. But there are still instances of people. This exact same thing is called Project Grudge Report number 13. This exact same thing happened back in fucking the 50s to an Air Force sergeant named
Oh my God, that's right.
Lovett Cunningham.
Yeah.
This exact same fucking thing happened. He disappeared. I believe he was around the New Mexico desert. Disappeared. His body came up, just like fucking appeared out of nowhere. The exact same mutilation. Like half the bones missed, all the organs, half the jaw bones, the fucking weird tube shapes, punctures on the 2 of them on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 1 on the belly button, 1 on the butt. All of that is the exact fucking same. And there's other reports too of like you mentioned, the cattle and everything. We have an instance in 1973 from 2 farmers named Ron and Paula Watson who saw what they described as an alien abduction taking cattle. They said they saw a green cone-shaped craft with 2 silver little beings that were standing over a large black cow. And then they saw it just take off.
That makes sense with those individuals.
So this actually reminds me of I can't remember if it was our Majestic 12 or our Project Serpo episode
Both.
where we had talked about
It's the treaty with Eisenhower.
yeah, like we were talking like how they were like yeah, like listen, y'all can take some people,
But you're going to leave us.
but you got to bring them back
Yeah.
alive.
Well, after a while, the I don't know how much you've looked into the treaty with Eisenhower and the Greys, but at first Eisenhower's like, yeah, you could take people, probe their butts, you give us the internet, good deal, and they all shook hands.
A few butt touches for some internet. Let's go.
And then the Greys started being like, we could do more shit to them, and they'll never know. What are they going to do? And
fight us in the sky.
Yeah. And then the other Grey that he was talking to was like, oh man, Pat Mac or whatever this alien's name is, Klungus. He's like, yes, let's do that. Let's just fuck them up. So for years later, and it went into JFK as well. For years later, JFK was even like thrusted upon him like this issue with these Greys just fucking people up. Like they would take them up. At first, the Greys would sedate the people and then do their little like pro play shit. And then after a while, they weren't even fucking doing that. They're just taking them in there, shoving shit up their butts, getting whatever information they're getting, and they just fucking ditch them in the woods. So JFK adopted that, and he's like, oh, I don't like what these little Greys are doing to our nation's people. And then they
fucking Glee Glorp and Zopper fucking sucking everyone's jag on out in space. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it was again around this time, and my theory is the one that kind of cracked it for JFK was this one, because it went on for almost 10 fucking years. It went on from the 50s to the 60s, the investigation into the fucking the investigation, the Project Grudge report number 13. I think that might be one of the ones that kind of set JFK off a little bit too. And I could be wrong on some of this. I haven't looked into it in a long time. I don't remember if it was JFK that got basically all this shit thrusted upon him. I could be very wrong. All I know is that fucking Eisenhower was like, wasn't he the one that dressed in women's clothes as well?
I don't know.
Pretty sure he was, but anyway.
No,
huh?
I thought it was Teddy Roosevelt.
No, Teddy Roosevelt got shot.
Teddy? No, who's
So did
fuck, I don't remember now.
Oh my god, I'm looking it up right now. Which president
we can't move on.
cross-dressed?
It's probably Bill Clinton.
Cross-dressed. It was it was J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover.
It was Hoover.
Yeah, Hoover.
Because they call her Edna.
Yeah.
Hillary.
Anyway, but to get back to my whole thing, it kind of does spawn back to Eisenhower's deal with the Greys, because we did give him permission to do this type of shit to people. They had to drop them off, alive.
Yeah, it was like, be kind, rewind kind of deal, right? You put the probe in, you take it out, you leave them back where you got them.
Yeah, not anymore. And I want to say it was around Nixon. It was either Nixon or Reagan when
you're busting out a lot of presidents' names.
I know, right? It was one of those two when the contract, the deal we made with the Greys kind of like ended. Like we were like, we don't want anything to do with you anymore. Spiro Agnew, get these Greys out of my office. But I'm pretty sure it was either Reagan or Nixon that kind of cut ties with the aliens, and that's why our technology has progressed to a point to where we got what we wanted out of them. We didn't have to let them take people anymore. We got the internet. That's all we want. We just want to look at porn from the pleasure of our homes. And we were able to do it, baby.
And we were able to create porn for aliens to make that happen.
Exactly. Thank you, Gleeglorp and Zarbon.
Zorp. Gleeglak and Zorp.
But yeah,
did you say Zarbon?
Yes, I did.
And now we have Zarbon porn.
Yep. Yeah, to sum it up though, but throughout all these years, after the deal Eisenhower made with the Greys, you find these mutilations mostly on cows, and then you slowly start to get people into the mixture as well. It's not like a huge amount of people issues you get, but there is still quite a handful. I want to say like 2 or 3 instances of like people being abducted and their bodies coming back, like the Project Grudge report number 13 one. There is one other one, if I'm not mistaken, but I might have fucking forgotten.
Good.
Good. We don't got to keep going.
Quality reporting.
Yeah, you like that shit? But yeah, it's got to be aliens. It's got to be fucking aliens.
So I was thinking about this while I was like reading it, and I actually looked at a bunch of the other instances that you're probably trying to find right now. I was like thinking about it. Like, do you think they suck them up into the ship and then like just like do surgery on them basically, or
I
do you
think
think like
so.
a giant like fucking like waffle iron comes out of the sky and just like clamps down on them, gets everything out in like half a second, and then they're just like, bye.
I think it's they. Jason, did you just like die? I think
I mean, they
it's
are dead when we find them, so.
yeah. I think it's they get sucked into the ship. And I'm not sure what I believe when it comes to aliens. I'm not sure if I believe that they're little alien guys flying around in a saucer, or if it's something more to it. Because I've been hearing the theory a lot of where like the ship itself is kind of like the alien. It's like this mix, but it's like a it's like a biomechanical situation.
Gotcha.
To where the ship, that's why you like the example that I've been seeing a lot is with those like pill shaped saucers.
Oh, like the cigar ones. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those are the ones that everyone's like, yeah, no, that's the alien. There's nothing inside of it. Like that's the alien itself. Which, if that's the case, and they take these people into them, that would make more sense because there's no little guy to go down there and cut them up. It would just be this.
So we're just a bunch of dildos for an alien.
We're just a bunch of assholes for the aliens to play
Honestly,
with.
it might be like,
Well, if we're getting sucked up inside the alien, we are the dildos.
That's fair.
well, humanity is just an off branch of other alien species. We are just some fucking aliens came down, fucked a couple monkeys, and then humans came out because they're trying to make a race of, I don't know, like half beings because we're supposed to be super strong, but that didn't turn out.
Everything about this episode is
Fucking
just
crazy.
bringing me back to, well, yes, it's very fucking crazy, but it keeps bringing me back to like the South Park I've been watching for some reason. One of the episodes I watched the other night was the one where they find out that Earth is just a giant TV show and the boys get abducted by aliens basically, and like the whole first part of the episode they're like trying to, convince everyone, hey, the fucking aliens, put a probe up Cartman's ass, and they're like reliving the first ever episode.
Oh, really?
And they get like a scientist involved and all this shit, and then the scientist cracked the code, but by that time the boys had already gone up to the spaceship, and one of the aliens takes the form of a giant taco shitting ice cream, and like it's typical South Park shit, right? But like they find out, like they're like, oh, we got to cancel Earth now because they found out and it's not gonna be funny, and then like they're like, yep, we're gonna go blow up the Earth real quick. It's the whole thing. I don't know. This is just like all of this shit is just fucking stupid, but. It makes for great alien content.
It does make for great alien content. But fucking aliens are out there, man. It's just how are they out there is my thing. Still not fully sure of it.
Well, I mean, you guys already know my thoughts on the whole aliens thing, especially considering how heavily I want to say that I don't believe in the Lovecraft shit, but there's part of me that absolutely does. But generally speaking, I think it's fucking arrogant to think that there's no other life anywhere. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. 100%. Definitely very arrogant.
Like, yeah, and I know that humans are a very arrogant race, but that's only on this planet. And I think as soon as we take a step outside of our comfort zone, we are going to realize that we are now the smallest fish in the pond again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely big fish, little pond right now. And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
We know our pond.
Well, that's where we're comfortable.
Yeah. Well, I guess, what do you boys think? Real or fake? Let's answer this on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Real.
Real.
Love the delay.
How delayed was that?
Not
like a second and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you think?
luckily, you should be able to literally just fucking drag my audio segment over like a second and a half.
Yeah, right.
Perfect.
Why do you think, Doug? Why do you think real?
I mean, we've talked about aliens a lot. I literally have a tattoo on me says that I want to believe. I love aliens. Everything about aliens is just a great topic.
You gave me that bumper sticker.
Yep. And
it's in my office.
Fucking, I'm just a sucker for alien stuff. Like if you tell me aliens are, mutilating people, I'm gonna read the article and be like, "Yep, that's right.
That seems right. to me.
That's true facts right there." So I'm just a sucker for this shit. Like, I'm gonna stan aliens, you know, doing their thing. Plus, there's just so many different stories that we've done in just a short amount of time that all kind of like corroborate each other, and it's like weird. It's like you have a bunch of different names. Like, is everyone just like on the same tip about everything? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of bullshit too, as you saw in that fucking video we watched for fucking Majestic 12. But most of it's real good. So I don't know. I really don't have any hard reason why I believe this one, other than that I just want to.
What do you think, Jason?
The specifics on this one, honestly, I couldn't stop fixating on the fucking like the incisions and shit. Like I was literally staring at them, just like what the fuck are you using for this? I don't understand. We don't have a tool that can cut so fucking precisely, but also cauterize at the same time. That part threw me for a little bit of a loop. But because I had heard of the cattle mutilations prior to this story, literally the reason I threw this topic on my topic list is because I saw the picture of the guy, that like the famous autopsy picture where he's missing part of his jawbone, and then I saw the pictures of all like the cattle mutilations, and I was like, holy shit, like they're all the fucking same. So that was probably the biggest tip that led me to believe that it was real, is because like how between fucking 1956 and now, and we're still getting the same, like the exact same MO on all of these things, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys said it. You said it better yourself. Yeah. So, thank you, Jason. I'm having a hard time with words today. I think it's aliens only because, I mean, again, what we've gone over before, like you said, like the equipment that was used and the way that it was gone about. And not only on just this one guy, but on all of these cattle, all these bulls, this other guy was found. Each and every one was the exact same. You know, just like you guys said, organs were sucked out. There was no fucking blood. You're missing some shit. Every single one of them, the exact same. That's fucking wild. And even if it was some, like, I don't know, like copycat murderer or something that saw like these cattle mutilations and wanted to copy them, there's no way in hell they would get it exactly to a T correct. You know, it just doesn't happen.
Every single time.
Exactly. And he'd be doing this for like fucking 50 years now. So either this motherfucker's the goddamn Zodiac killer, or it's aliens, and it's got to be the aliens. You know, when you hear hooves, you think horses, not zebras. This is that to a T. It's Occam's razor. It's the easiest one, so it's got to be right. So I'm going aliens.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very convoluted solution to where there's a fucking immortal maniac running around with giant serrated hot tubes, just sucking everything out of everybody.
I just love.
But I don't think that's it.
What if it's vampires?
It could be vampires. It could be.
It's the fire vampires.
Yeah.
The Migo?
No. That's a different thing, but
I was close.
Right vein. I'll give you that one, Mike.
Thank you. And also for those of you at home that probably want to look this up, what was the Guarapiranga reservoir in Brazil?
Yep.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's technically it's the Billings Reservoir because that's where the body was found, but it's all labeled underneath the Guarapiranga.
Yeah.
Reservoir.
And it's Guarapiranga. So let me know how wrong I am in my pronunciation.
And it'll take you all of 10 minutes to read about, as opposed to listening to us talk about it for 50 odd minutes.
But we're more fun.
Yeah, we're actually wasting your time here. We're wasting your time, but I'm happy you're here.
Well, we give it some fun. Right, boys?
Mike, take us out, shall you?
Sure, I can do that. Yeah, this is a bit of a shorter one today, but not by much.
And we're doing a shorter one purely because Jason's not feeling too hot, as you can tell. So, yeah.
Don't worry.
Enjoy the shorter stuff.
Got some fun for you next week, kiddies. I would like to say, Patreon.com/DelutiPod. Chip in whatever you think we're worth. We have a couple tiers. Once again, we do just want to say that the SCP tier is more than likely going to be changing here soon. We're still thinking of what we want to change those to, but we are thinking the back rooms. That's a pretty good one. There's a couple other ideas that we have as well. But just be on the lookout for that if you're going to the Patreon, because that update could come any day now. Not too sure when that might be. Go to our link tree at linktree.com/DelutiPod. You can find our links to literally everything in there, including the Patreon. But you can find our Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram, our MySpace, LinkedIn. No, wouldn't that be great?
We should make a MySpace.
You can go to buymeacoffee.com/DelutiPod, but let's be real, you'll be buying us some alcohol. And then our merch shop is also in the link tree as well. We are currently looking at other shops because there's a long story with the other one I think we discussed before.
Yep.
So I'm not going to go too much into that. One of the things I want to go into real quick with the Patreon, some of you have asked questions about the stickers, like, you know, some of you had problems getting them. Some people have asked me like when they come in. That's purely on Patreon side. That hasn't, unfortunately, nothing to do with us. Typically, we've noticed that the stickers and stuff come in. It could take anywhere between 2 to 3 months. If you feel, you know, it's been too long, then I would recommend, you know, getting in contact with Patreon, because, you know, we have unfortunately had instances where some people never received their stuff when they should have. So if you haven't received your sticker and you feel like you should have at a certain point, get in contact with Patreon. They'll give you all the information you need on that. I'll also like to say, go hug your neighbor and kiss him on the lips right after. Oh, and one other thing. Jason, you might be chiming in on this. I don't know. We're going to see. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just dying over here.
Jason dies on air. Woo!
You heard it here first.
Yeah, recorded.
What are you drinking? What are you thinking? There's a bottle here and it's empty. Yeah. Daddy's poor this week, so we got the classic Evan Williams.
What did we call it last week? Devin William
or something like that. But it's not bad. So before we kind of sign off here and give us our go-aways, just want to give a classic clink and drink. Jason, are you drinking anything?
I will pour myself up a nice... Me? Yeah, I'm pouring myself a shot of NyQuil as we speak.
Hell yeah, there you go. Let's get some tussin in you.
Hell yeah, that's the remedy to cure any cold. NyQuil, Sprite, and chicken noodle soup.
What? Yep. Oh, also, apparently an old Mexican tradition. An old Mexican tradition has to do with something with like taking an egg and like waving it over your body and then like leaving it under the bed.
Oh.
Or something. Lord,
yeah, actually, now that you mention that, I want you guys to only give me like non-Western medicine remedies to fix this, and I'll let you know which ones work.
Put an onion at the foot of your bed.
In your ass.
For real, though.
No, but so it's fucking no joke. My mom used to cut up an onion and throw it in my socks when I slept when I was sick.
Yeah, that's apparently they pull out the toxins or something.
Oh, no, that's potatoes.
No, that's onions.
Oh. Well, when you hear the clink, drink.
Cheers.
Wowie zowie. Evan, you sure?
Wowie zowie.
You know, the bottle on Evan Williams says Kentucky's first distiller, and I think this just goes to show you might be first, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're the best.
Yeah. With that being said, everyone, I want you to do me a favor. Instead of slapping your beans and peens together, cut someone else's off. Just go ahead and mutilate anyone you want. Anything you do and say is not responsible by DelutiPod.
The country of Diluti State.
Yeah.
We do not condone this, but we would sure find it interesting.
Send pictures. Oh, one more thing. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I have to do this now. I haven't done it in a while. Leave us a shoot us a text or leave us a voicemail on our Google voicemail, and we will put that voicemail in at the end of this episode, or at the end of an episode. Isn't that right, Doug?
Yep.
We will be putting them in at the end of the episode. Yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I have been.
I know. I'm
Do
just
you
saying.
listen? Do you listen? Are you listening?
No.
Okay.
All right. I'm just shouting it out there. I do this so when you're listening back during editing, you're like, oh yeah. I'm just giving you
that is why I put the last one in.
You're welcome. I give you an audio cue. Our phone number that you can reach us at is 630-909-9366. One more time, that is 630-909-9366. The best thing is that Jason's not here. He's on a delay, so I can't. Nothing will happen. It's 630-909. Even with a delay.
Redacted.
9366.
Let's go fill it out.
Thank you, Doug.
Got you, boy.
Thank you, Doug.
Well,
Jason, do you have anything you want to say to the people?
Normally I'd say stay paranoid, but honestly, I miss you two fucks this week. Wow.
Yeah, no, we miss you too, buddy. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, drink plenty of bean juice.
Yeah, mini juice of beans.
And also, there's another
Hot
Mexican.
bean water.
There's another Mexican remedy.
Hot ham water.
You take you
Hot
take
ham water.
your neighbor's teeth and then you gargle them in your mouth, and that cures your cold. Bye, everyone.
I thought you just said you grundle them in your mouth, but I'm not going to do that.
Do that.
Grundle thumper.
Don't look under the internet.